We have recently uploaded a video on the biggest living planets in fiction, so do check it out. And so here in this one we will showcase the world devourers, although not necessarily ranked in accordance to size here. See, if there is a living planet, there should be a planet eater too, right? Even if a couple here fits both shoes. See, here in this one, we won't be listing out entries that just kills all living things in the world, or those that absorb only the biomass or living energy. No, that is not a planet eater. What I'm talking about is the actual munching down on the world itself, or even devouring it whole. That is a freaking planet eater. So let's get to them. At number 1 we have Void Ghidorah. The anime trilogy's Void Ghidorah isn't actually a space-born kaiju like the normal iterations of Ghidorah. He is an extra-dimensional entity that takes the form of a golden 3-headed dragon and inhabits the void between dimensions, and has used supergravity to consume countless worlds in the past. Although his true size is yet undetermined, his necks that emerge from the transdimensional vortexes in the movie appear to be 20 kilometers long. According to Hiroyuki Shishita, Ghidorah is the result of an evolutionary path where life has discarded physical bodies and evolved into a form of pure energy, and so to sustain this form of life, he has to consume planets. Number 2. Unicron. What can I say? Unicron is the prime example of a planet eater. He is the god of destruction in the Transformers universe across all continuities. He appears in 2 forms, either as a living sentient planet, mechanical planet, and an absolutely massive mecha that is also planetary in scale. As to why he needs these worlds to consume, well, it's either due to them being sources of energon, or that they are just sources of fuel that sustains his being. And how does he eat planets? Well, he just opens his mouth and starts sucking the contents out of the planet itself bit by bit. Well, country-sized bits, by the way. Number 3. Galactus. So Galactus from the Marvel Universe is a survivor of a previous universe that was destroyed. He can modify his size and appearance at will. He can appear as a human-sized entity or expand to dimensions rivaling cities or even larger than planets. He doesn't pick sides, he doesn't play God, he just hungers for worlds, even though he has access to the power cosmic. What's really interesting though is that Galactus has a bigger role in the grand cosmic cycle. He's not just a destroyer, and in some continuities, he actually hunts down planets that have celestial embryos implanted inside of them, and in essence, he actually eats baby celestials. Number 4. The Planet Killer. The Planet Killer from Star Trek was an automated self-propelled doomsday machine capable of destroying entire planets. Its origins was unknown but was believed to have come from another galaxy. The constellation Starship discovered a devastation in a system called L37T, where all 7 planets had been utterly destroyed. And when investigating another system called L374, they found the Planet Killer firing a pure anti-proton beam at one of the planets and consuming the planet's rubble as fuel. Although it is the size of a small moon, it still has the ability to process an entire world. Number 5. The Leviathan. So this ship is a gigantic one seen in the universe of Destiny, being comparable in size to a celestial body. It is used to consume entire planetoids, breaking them down so that their processed rubble may be mixed with nectar from specific species of psionically enhanced plants, therefore producing a thick purple substance referred to as royal wine. And all that just to be consumed by the Emperor himself, which is pretty wild and petty if you think about it. Number 6. The Antimatter Cloud. The Antimatter energy cloud or cosmic cloud in the Star Trek animated show was a non-corporeal cloud creature irregular in shape, measuring some 800,000 kilometers across, which means around 57% of the size of the Sun. This creature instinctively seeks out planets to consume, in much the same way an amoeba seeks out food. And so this creature digests the planets within its gaseous body. However, the cloud is seen to be sentient later on, when it decides that consuming inhabitable worlds where living creatures are in it was wrong, and it changed course to, consume uninhabitable worlds. Number 7. Hellstar Remina. So this one is the titular antagonist of Junji Ito's Hellstar Remina manga. It is a colossal sentient alien organism around the size of Neptune. It is also described as a living planet, and it is from another dimension, resembling a purple world with a massive yellow eye on its surface. Up close, its dark purple atmosphere reveals a grotesque landscape of eye-covered trees, with twisted cliffs and fused remains of devoured entities. In many of the artwork, the way it consumes worlds is pretty simple. It lashes out a long tongue which wraps around a small rocky planet and drags it into a mouth the size that is twice that of the Earth. Number 8. Black Hole. Coming in from the novel called World Eater by Robert Swindells, which reveals that recent worldwide freak storms have been in fact caused by a sudden unexplained arrival in the solar system of a small planet between the orbits of Mercury and Venus. It is later shown that the small planet is like an egg, which houses an entity that is in the form of a black hole and seems to have wings. This intergalactic creature eats planets, also eats stars and even light. Number 9. The Beast Planet. In the animated series Shadow Raiders, the Beast Planet is an enormous space station which is bigger than all major solid celestial bodies in the solar system. Its origins and true purpose remains a mystery, but it travels the universe, consuming planets in its wake, which has earned it the name the Eater of Worlds. The planet's surface is composed of an apparently indestructible metallic armor inscribed with enigmatic markings. The exact mechanism by which the Beast Planet consumes worlds is unclear. It appears to devour the entirety of a planet's interior, leaving only the crust intact and replacing the core with null energy. Number 10. Ath-Yolasth. In the indie horror game called World of Horror, Ath-Yolasth, known as the Towering Eye, is an old god intent on consuming the world. This colossal entity, approximately the size of the sun, manifests as a massive rounded form dominated by a single central eye in the middle, with numerous tentacles extending from its sides. The design of Ath-Yolasth resembles in a way to the titular living planet in Junji Ito's manga Hellstar Remina. Also, the name Ath-Yolasth appears to be a combination of two Lovecraftian outer gods, Azathoth and Yog-Sothoth. Number 11. The Planet-Eating Monster. In the animated series Megas XLR, the planet-eating monster is an unnamed colossal space creature that consumes radio waves and television waves. Resembling a planet-sized sphere with a massive mouth lined with 2 rows of sharp teeth and numerous tentacles, it also absorbs objects either through its mouth or directly via its surface, and these objects include entire planets. Number 12. Vaccumon. This one is a kaiju from the Ultraman series, known for its ability to consume entire planets and at one point of time threaten to consume Earth. This creature poses a significant threat to celestial bodies, using its immense size and cloudy power to engulf and devour planets whole. Number 13. Tuska. In the MMORPG game called RuneScape, Tuska is depicted as a colossal boar-like god with an insatiable hunger for destruction. She has, in the past, traversed the cosmos, consuming the life force of entire worlds and also devouring the planets whole. At number 14, we have the Ghidorah Emperor. So the Ghidorah Emperor from the Ghidorah universe is a gigantic being described as the final evolution of the Ghidorah, which is a life form there in that universe, I guess. It wields godlike powers and continually absorbs matter on a universal scale, and thus, for a point in time, it was on the scale of consuming planets to grow. It is often depicted as neither a malevolent or a benevolent force, but a force of nature nonetheless, and it is a major plot point throughout the Shin Ghidorah and also the entire Ghidorah universe. And finally, number 15, we have Apophis. In the film Gods of Egypt, Apophis is depicted as a primordial demonic entity embodying chaos and entropy and resides in the realm of shadows. This force is driven by its nature to consume all of creation, including Earth and its inhabitants. Every night, the sun god called Ra confronts this Apophis aboard his solar barge, wielding his staff to repel the beast in order to preserve the world. However, the film does not dive into Apophis's origins, leaving its beginnings shrouded in mystery. At one point in time, Apophis is unleashed when the god Ra was injured and began to devour both the mortal and the underworld realms at the same time, until Ra was revived and chased him off again, restarting that never-ending eternal cycle. And so with that, we come to the end of this video. I hope you like our picks, and if you have your own picks or some that we have missed out, do enter them in the comment section below. And so those are the various planet eaters or world consumers, in fiction of course. Do hit that like button for support and to help us gain traction in the algorithm, and also subscribe if you haven't. Till the next time, take care fam.